everyone. I wanted to come on and do an energy minute because I haven't done one in a while, and I wanted to do it around relationships. So lately I've been looking around and noticing on social media and even in my classes and in my clientele that relationships seems to be a big issue right now. People are trying to figure out how to strengthen their relationships, how to find a relationship. This is the time of summer, and summer is the time when heart energy is the strongest, as well as small intestine. So heart energy is about relationships and relating, and small intestines, well, it has a job of deciding what do I keep and what do I let go. And in your life, that same energy is present, particularly at this time of year. So when you're looking at relationships, I believe that our superficial relationships, the ones that you see around you, are kind of a mirror of a much deeper level. And when I look at anything, I look at anything through the lens of, I guess, energy, where everything has layers. We are made up of layers of energy. So on the surface, I ask you to just take a look around and your relationships with your parents, with your children, with your friends. How are they? Are they sort of struggling, or are they easy? Are you attractive as far as friends go, like a magnet where everyone just wants to be around you? Or do you just have a really hard time with them? And when you look at it that way, you can start to look at the other layers. So the next layer being your job. How is your relationship with your job? Do you enjoy going to your job? What is the feeling that you have when you're there? Is it somewhere that you enjoy being? Is it a job that you took on because you were passionate about it? Or is it a job that was told you were supposed to do because it paid well, or because it had benefits or a pension? Or maybe you have some kind of a belief around working really hard is the only way to make money. And from there you can look at your relationship with money. Is money easy to get? Is it the root of all evil? So we have all these different beliefs around money. So what is your relationship with money? And then your relationship with food. Is the food that you eat nourishing for you, or does it just feed you? Do you eat when you're hungry, or do you eat when you're emotional? So looking at that level as well. And then taking a little step further, what is your relationship with yourself, with you, or your inner child? If I was to ask you to name some of the most important people in your life, how long would it take for you to name yourself? You see, our relationship with ourselves, if you get it right, becomes a lifelong romance. And the way that we treat ourselves is something that happens or is developed at a very young age. And throughout our childhood, from our parents and our teachers and our society, we learn how to relate through our younger years. So if you look around and you find that your relationships are a struggle, and then you look at your relationship with yourself, do you feed yourself when you're hungry? Do you put yourself to bed when you're tired? Do you take care of yourself when you're in pain? Or are you sort of oblivious of all of those things? Have you somewhere along the line sort of pushed yourself away and stopped relating with your own body and with your own self? When we're growing up, we learn how to relate through our parents, our teachers, and through our society by the way they treat us. So if you grew up in a situation where you weren't treated very well, then that becomes the proper way for you to treat yourself. And so not only do you treat yourself that way, but you invite others to treat yourself that way as well. And so as you can see, everything that happens on these deeper layers becomes mirrored outside of us in our physical relationships with our family, with our friends, and with our children. And so it's really important that you take a look at that, especially if you are struggling. And that's all I have to say today. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that this helped. If it did, please press the like button and share it with anyone that you think might be able to benefit. Have a lovely day.